Hi. It's another busy day. Not feeling that great. My face is swollen. The root canal. The antibiotics have to kick in. And it seems like it gets better and then it gets infected again and my face swells. But more about what's going on. Dealing with friends is not always easy. You don't want to be fighting with friends. But see, I have a friend that was upset when I did get pregnant for my son. And why would I spend all that money on having a kid when I already had a kid? You see, it's up to me. It's my decision what I do and how I do it. And then just recently I found out that she watches my YouTube videos. Why am I spending so much money on those kids? I'm spoiling them. Like, come on. We spoiled our older children. We spoiled them rotten. And we still spoil them. You know what? Just because I buy toys for my kids and buy them what they like and buy clothes, circumstances has changed a lot since the early days. The early days, you're trying to put your life together, and it wasn't easy, especially for me. You know, like my dad was never in my life, you know, and he didn't pay child support even though he was court ordered to. My mother struggled, and we didn't have everything, but we were happy, and we were taken care of. You know, it's like a lot of family, a lot of friends, and friends that were family. And we grew up in a tight-knit community. And we were always taken care of. And trust me, the right hand knew what the left hand was doing at all times. And when you got involved with someone that you weren't supposed to, trust me, the hammer came down. And it wasn't my mother that was going to kick my ass. It was our friends and family, and that were very powerful people. And there was people always knowing what we were doing. It always went back. And trust me, when those people came in our lives, they came out of our lives very fast, and we didn't know why. And we were protected. And if I want something right now, I can get it without question. But see, I don't ask for anything. I do for myself. I take care of myself. I'm self-sufficient. But if I really needed something, I know where to go. And my children are very spoiled, but they're well taken care of. Money is not an issue. Like I said, money's like water.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Say hello. Hello. Say hello, princess. And I love my children more than anything in this life. I have 4 wonderful children that I will die for. And my other son, he's coming home. Let me tell you, he's coming home. And no matter what and how it happens, it will happen. Because you know what? Where I come from, you don't fuck with family. Family is everything. If something happens to one of us, it happens to all of us. And right now, I'm doing it by myself. I didn't involve anybody into my life right now. But I want my child. There's no way that I'm going to let my child go. BJ stole my child as a cell out of the room. And right now, the doctor let her. He didn't do the right thing. And right now, I will get justice. And it will come. Trust me. My word is law. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it. See, I don't say something and then back down on it. When I say I'm going to be there, I will be there. Maybe a couple minutes late or a couple minutes early. It all depends on the day. But if I promise you something, I'm delivering. Right now, I am dealing with criticism from friends about my children, about my son not speaking. He is speaking right now. He's saying words and everything. And thank you, you two, because the government officials are watching my videos right now. So thank you, you two, because after 3 years of waiting on a waiting list, I got a phone call from my son. My son has an appointment next Wednesday. And at, what time is that? At 1:30. So we are taking him for his first therapy session. But it's only one person. So right now, I have to figure it out with Olivia, where she's going to be. And, I'll figure it out, but even if, Gary has to go in with Zane in the therapy session and I'll go have a coffee somewhere with Olivia, it's okay. I'll figure it out. I always do. See, that's me. I think on my feet. I'm always doing. And I always take care of my friends. If I can do something, I will. See, me, I never hurt anybody. I never intentionally set out to hurt anybody. You see, by me having my children, I hurt my friend. Because somewhere deep down inside of her, she wanted another baby. But I told her when she was going for her hysterectomy, don't do it. I can't stand having my periods and bleeding and so heavy, because she used to go through like 10 sanitizer pads and everything. And I go, don't do it. It will affect you hormonally, everything. And what happens down the line if you want more children? Oh, I'm done with children. I'm done with everything. I go, you're done right now. But what happens if you change your mind? She goes, I want a holiday. She thinks staying in a hospital is a holiday. And so she did it. And I told her, see, I keep secrets for everybody, but I never reveal the secrets that I have. And she, I just don't understand, where she's coming from right now. She sent me a couple of very mean emails. And she actually added on another 8 years onto my age. And said, well, when the kids are in daycare and they see a 60-some-year-old woman going to daycare, not daycare, elementary and all that, and the kids having problems, my kids are going to be taken away. Who the fuck are you? See, I'm retired right now. I never have to work another day in my life if I don't want to. See, I live a very comfortable life. And I don't need to be stressing out about anything. I work because I want to work. I do things because I want to do it. And see, people always are jealous of you when you have something they want. See, I go through life unscathed. Because I try to be a good person. And this person that I'm talking about, like, she's saying, oh, you should put the godparent and this and that. Like, she's only about 2-3 years younger than me. You know, and like it's hurting her right now that I'm not asking her to be the godparent. Why would I ask you to be a godparent when you never acknowledged my children? You never came to see them. You never gave them a baby gift. Nothing. You never came by. Like, you know what? Like, she seen me shopping in a shopping center. She goes, oh, I seen you with Gary with the black carriage. I go, yeah. Why didn't you say hi? Oh, I was waiting for somebody. Okay. See, yeah, I go through life and I never see anybody in that, you know, unless they say something. And what happened was that she never acknowledged my son Zane or Olivia. Like, you know, and just because you want to have a child, you know, and you don't think that it's possible right now for you to have one, you don't have to be hateful and resentful. Because there's many ways of having family and children. Like, either you find your own surrogate by putting an ad in the paper and having a private arrangement with them. Or you go through an agency and you have contracts drawn up, which you can have contracts drawn up on your own with a lawyer. But in Quebec, you have to be careful because we're under French law. French law says whoever gives birth to the child is the parent. And if you knowingly enter into a verbal contract or a signed contract, it's not worth the paper it's written on. She can turn around and decide to have the baby. But in my case, it was a felony. A felony was committed against me when BJ ran out of the room with my embryo while I was doing a transfer. See, that's what happened in December of 2018. They prepared 2 women for 1 embryo. One person was going to get the shaft, and the other woman was going to get the shaft. Until BJ stepped up and ran out of the room with my embryo. That's when the woman got pregnant on her 6th transfer. So right now, it is my child. DNA can prove that. A felony was committed against me. Right now, the baby is 2.5. The baby was supposed to be born sometime in August. I don't know if he was early or what, but all I know is that she has my child. And I never gave permission for her to have my child. A sorry does not make things right. Having Olivia does not make things right. Me paying another $32,000 is not right. So I don't know where you think that you're off scot-free. McCartney, Tasha, and that. Let me tell you, I do not forgive him. I will never sign a release. See, I was wronged. And if you think your client is going to get off, think again. Because you know what? I want this to go public. And I don't give a shit about anything. See, you're dealing with a wild card. Someone that have nothing to lose. I don't care if I hit the bottom and bounce up. Because I spent my fucking life bouncing. So you know what? You're dealing with someone that is like a super ball. I bounce all over the place. So you know what? Come. Let's do it. Let's change the law on IVF. Because you're dealing with a woman that's been all over the place. And you see what? This is what I care about. This is my little girl. My children is what matters to me. And say, mommy's baby. Mommy's baby. I love you, princess. See, this is what matters. Children. No, don't put that in your mouth. See, I love my children. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for them. Nothing. I would sacrifice anything for my children. See, what happened to me shouldn't have happened. That child was meant to be my child. I created him. I paid for the transfer. I paid for everything. I owed him nothing. See, this is what the people need to know. There's a black market going on right now on stolen embryos, eggs. And there's women out there that can't create eggs anymore. And they want to have a baby, and they're willing to do anything to have that child. And doctors are filling the demand. You need to be aware of what is happening. Like, you know what? 5,000 to 10,000 to an infertile couple is nothing. They're willing to pay anything. Some people pay up to $100,000 before it happens. People are spending thousands and thousands of dollars on treatment just to have a baby. And they don't care how they get it. The law needs to change to protect women who are undergoing IVF. Just because you create a lot of eggs doesn't mean you need to help another woman. You don't, unless you choose to do that. See, a woman has the right to decide what she wants to do with her body, with her property. Having a donor, there's nothing wrong with it. As long as everybody is on board and knows what's happening. You see, that's where it went wrong in my case. I didn't know what was happening. I was lied to, manipulated from the jump. Everybody needs to know what is happening. There is no law that protects women in IVF. Only your body. If the doctor hurts you, there's a law. But for your property that is in storage, who does it belong to? Does it belong to the clinic or does it belong to you? Right now, the law is a big gray zone. Your property is not protected. It is up to the mercy of the clinic if they decide to let you have your property. See, this is what happened in my case. I was on the mercy of the clinic that I was seeing here in Montreal. And they made clinical decisions that affected me without my knowledge, without my consent. And see, that's why I'm fighting. I spent $100,000 right now when I didn't need to. I created my embryos. I was using them. So was another woman at the same time. So, where's the justice? I'm fighting for all women. You see, I have a lot going on in my life. Like, I have 2 children under the age of 3. My son is going to be 4 in January 5th. My daughter will be 2.
Hi.
January 31st.
Hi.
And you see, my son is an amazing child. And I have him on videotape last night, singing and a French song. And, oh, trust me, oh, this kid is something else. And like I put him to bed at 7:30. He didn't go to sleep until midnight. He was tossing and turning, and coming in and out of the bed. And I was in the kitchen cooking, and he kept on coming back and forth 50 times. Go to bed. And finally, when I was in the living room and I heard something, and he was singing in French a song. And finally, he fell asleep. And see, she is rambunctious. And see, I'm not sure right now if he's feeding off of my energy and he wants to protect me. Because he's always looking out for me. Mommy, 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 mommy. Mommy's tired. Go to bed. Mommy loves you. Go to bed. You know, because I want his brain to grow. And, you know, because sleep and rest is important. And, you know, but my little boy is very protective of his mommy. It's like, that's my mommy. And you can see it in videos with his sister that he doesn't allow her to be close with me. He'll come in and sit on top of her. That's my mommy. Back off. And he's going to be a very protective young man of his mommy. This is going to be a little boy that is always going to be there for his mama. And I love him to death. And he makes me proud. Like, no matter how much I complain about him, double that by 50, how much I love him. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for him. See, he's my king, my little prince. And let me tell you, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for him. There's nothing that I wouldn't buy for him. There's nothing that I would not sacrifice for him. He's my son. And he has everything. He has a car that we can control him on the streets with. He has everything. See, right now, I love my child. I will do anything for him. I love my daughter. I'll do anything for her. And right now, she likes playing in the diaper wipes. Are you playing in the diaper wipes? Look how pretty she is. It's amazing how much she looks like my older daughter. Like, the only difference between my younger daughter and my older daughter is that my older daughter was more red. She's a ginger. And she, you know, had thick red hair. And my daughter is more of a blonde, is red. But it's like, she's amazing. Oh, and thank you, you two. I know that the doctors are watching my videos and my blogs. I got an appointment. They called yesterday, but it's like I said, no, I'm not coming there at 9 o'clock in the morning because it's too much with bringing my son to daycare and everything. It has to be later. So I got the appointment with the physiotherapist and the occupational therapist back to back, that she's going to see me after the appointment. And right now, like, she's going to be, I'm going to see what they're doing. Like, I'm going to film it. I'm going to ask their permission. And if they don't want to be filmed, I'll try not to get them in the frame of the video. And I will show everybody what is being done. Because you know what? Right now, my children, like, my daughter is walking. She's goes fast. She is saying words. Let me go. And she tries to sing the Frozen song. And she goes, Mommy, I want cookie. Mama, I want cookie now. But she likes Ritz crackers. That's her cookie, or the Yum Yums. And, you know, but she imitates her brother a lot. Like, her brother gives me a run for my money, especially when it comes to feeding him. I have to spin on my head. But he will feed himself, but it's not always. But like anything, I do my best. And with my children, I will. But it's like she wants to eat, but then she goes, no. And I go, yes. And she goes, no. But she eats. Like she loves avocado and she loves her banana.
Mama.
And I mix her baby cereal in it. So I make sure she gets it all. But she is so advanced that I'm surprised. Like she understands everything. So I'm going to let this blog end, and I will be doing another blog after I speak to the premier's office. And because, like, as you can see, my face is still swollen here. And I am on 2 antibiotics. But bear with me. I will get in contact with the police and with Mr. Legault's office today, because today is Friday. Last Friday, I got the answer machine. Let's see if I get the answer machine again. All right. Stay safe. Love each other. You know, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You know, let's look out for our friends, our family. Take care of one another. Reach out and say, hey, friend, what can I do for you? See, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm reaching out to friends and family saying hi. If you need me, I'm there. You need something, let me know. See, I'm a friend forever. And I don't care if we argue today. Tomorrow, it's over. If you need something, I'm here. That's how I was brought up. I don't know how everybody else was brought up. You know what? We're there for our friends and our family. And see, right now, that's why God is always on our side. It's because we do no harm. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Don't hurt them. Because you know what? You never know when they're not going to be with us. Especially in the middle of a pandemic. You know, there's always shit that's happening. But you don't know when your friend is going to get sick and will not be here. Especially with the coronavirus, with everything. And you don't know how they're going to take it. So look out for one another. Love one another. Stay safe. And look at my little angel. And tell me how wonderful she is. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.